Good morning, everyone. Today it is Monday, and this is AstralGames Day 5, which is Diablo time. I chose Diablo because patch 2.0 recently released, and yeah. It brought with it a lot of changes, so I'll just go over them. Gives me something to present, and then yeah, we'll play some Diablo, chill for a bit, kill some demons. That's how the game works. Alright. So this is the starting screen, as you can see. Basically, what patch 2.0 did, it brought about a lot of changes. I'll start the game and talk a bit about it. What I'm going to do in this cast is I'm going to show you my max level characters, how it works, and show you a bit of the acts, how they look like. I'll skip ahead, you can skip some stuff. Alright, so this is Act 1, basically the first town you would go in the game. Yes, kill some demons indeed, that's what you do in this game. This is the first town. This is my barbarian, which is basically a melee combatant, obviously. I have a dual wielding barbarian with whirlwind, which is my main skill. Basically, I go back and forth through the demons while dealing damage all the time. Alright, so about the changes, about the patch. First it was that level 60 was the max level, which is still the case. And then Blizzard thought, what are we going to do with the end game? And eventually they just tacked on 100 extra levels that you could earn, which are called Paragon levels. And yes, the Undead. That's indeed the first boss we are going to visit. It's one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. So they tacked on some Paragon levels, and what it did was actually gave you just extra stats. And eventually players started complaining, like, why would we need 100 levels just to gain extra stats? So in the new patch, they invented this entire... Sorry, wrong screen. This entire Paragon system, which is epic. Basically what they did is they crammed all Paragon levels together. So first you had a Paragon level for each character. So you could have one character with 11 Paragon levels and one with 1 Paragon level. What they did now was they crammed all the Paragon levels together into your account level. So for the entire account, all your characters are the same Paragon level. As you can see, I've hit level 50 with the before the expansion started, or the patch came in. And what they did was, every time you gain a Paragon level, you get a point, which you can spend in these different things, such as just extra strength, extra life, faster movement speed, and stuff like that. So it's more customizable now. What they also did was they removed the cap, so Paragon levels you can get as many as you want. Alright, so that's it about the new Paragon system. They also did something with the loot. First, loot was just completely random. And as a barbarian, for example, you could get a hat slot that was fit for a wizard with plus 100 strength or something, which was completely ridiculous. And now loot is more class bound, so if you play the barbarian, you'll still find this random loot that just doesn't make sense, but you have more chance of finding actual loot that you can use. Alright, so that's it about the loot system. And now I'll show you the first boss of Act 1. This is also something they changed. Yes, please let me know how the sound is, because we changed something in this room. So let me know how the sound is, if it's better than before. So first, this is the teleportation thing, where you can teleport through the act. And first, when you selected this, you got this list here that just said this location, this location, this location. As you can see in the new patch, they tidied it up a bit, made a cool map of it. So now I'm just going to show you my barbarian in general, and yeah, the first boss. I'm going to just lower the sound just a bit. As you can see, I can go through a lot of them at the same time, doing pretty much a lot of damage. So when I'm fighting now as summoners, and the one with the purple glow around them, they summon skeletons too. Yeah, you can open chests. Blue items are like just magical items, which aren't interesting to me anymore, since I'm already high level and I have a lot of epic. Like, these are set weapons. He's no longer on the cover because he showed himself. Good morning, sir. So these are set weapons that when you have two of them, as you can see in the brackets, you can see two, which if you have two of them, give you extra bonuses. So I'm just going to fight my way through to the first boss and show you the first boss fight. Here are more of those summoners. You have a lot of pretty awesome effects they put into the game, like those breaking walls and chandeliers you can drop on top of monsters and stuff, which is all really cool. That's not great. I'm just going to put the sound a bit lower. Alright.
Still recharging.
So with me is a follower, which is, I chose the Templar. You have multiple followers that are all good at different things. And you get a follower if there are no other players in the game. So the moment we start playing with other players, I'll show you that later on in the stream, you just get different players instead of followers, obviously. And followers have skills as well, as you can see here, and they level with you. And they have some equipment they can use, a weapon, a shield, amulet rings, and then special follower specific equipment for the Templar, that's the relic. And they all give bonuses to a follower. Gold, as you can see, as I'm picking up, is oh, here we have a special mob. Forget about gold for a sec. Here we have a special mob, which is yellow in its name, and it has different abilities. So yellow mobs get one ability each time you get up a difficulty. So on normal they would have only one ability, and then on the next difficulty they would have two. And there are different kinds of abilities that are randomly generated for that monster. So, for example, you have Wallers, as you could have seen. It will spawn a wall, like this wall here. So I can't go on. And you have like arcane, for example, that spawn basically beams of arcane energy that shoot at your character. And it has different kinds of types of things. I'm just going to skip ahead quickly for a bit, just trying to get to the boss, because I think the Skeleton King is a really cool boss. So about the gold, I don't know which impact it's going to have on the expansion, once the expansion is out. But before it was used to the auction house, this game does have an auction house where you can buy items that other players put up for sale, just like in WoW. But people really dislike the auction house because, you know, Diablo is all about finding your own loot and getting stronger by your own efforts. So people really dislike the auction house. So they're going to shut it down. And gold can also be used for crafting your own items. I'll show it on the next character. And also for buying items and stuff of vendors, of course. But yeah, its use will be diminished, I think, with the sorry if this takes a mile. I sometimes get lost, it's all randomly generated. But yeah, I think gold will diminish its value once the auction house is gone. Because I think they have to figure something out in the expansion to make it actually worthwhile again. Because people just use gold to buy items, basically. I think it's the other way. Nowadays, people just buy gold, use gold to buy items on the auction house, and when that goes away, the usefulness of gold will diminish. So I'm pretty curious to see what they have in store for the expansion once that's coming. So here you have this chandelier thing, and when I use it, it will drop the chandelier on the monsters. Another nice environmental thing to do. Where's the text? I'm really just focusing on trying to get to the boss part. Oh yeah, here you have books.
I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders.
And these books just basically give a bit of background story. They also have these bonuses that give a bit of XP once you accomplish certain things. Where is the exit? Oh, this is a small room. These blue mobs are also special, basically. Oh, one of them is frozen. If you step into this ice block, I'll show what happens. I can take it. See? Here you have this ice effect that freezes you. And also, these are arcane. As you can see, these purple beams that damage your character if you stand in them. So you have all these special abilities that make these characters extra good. But also the blue and yellow monsters basically have a chance to drop better equipment. Magic missile for the win. Yes, there is magic missile in this game. I'll show it when I have my wizard out. Alright, here it is. I'll show you my wizard, and he has magic missile. It's well, I can select magic missile. I don't have it active, but I can do it. Here is another nice story element they put in. So I'm just going to put the sound up a bit, and then I'll show you.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leon.
Traitors, even in death the armies of Condor will still obey their king. Even you will not.
A nice activated story element, which are scattered around the world as well. Arcane purple beams. I do have.
You dare to bring a warmth of life into my tomb. We shall put you down, Hellspawn.
I have. My wizard has arcane orange beams, basically, as its basic attack. No need to apologize. Well, Diablo is pretty cool as well in this edition, I must say. He does have a few of his Diablo 2 attacks, such as the Red Beam of Death. He does have it in this edition as well. So what I picked up earlier is a gem, as you can see here, which can be inserted into equipment for bonuses, but you can combine multiple gems into a bigger gem to increase these bonuses. So I'm just going to, I can skip ahead the most part here, just to show you the boss. Yeah, your follower and your character also have like these conversations.
You will never defeat me.
So here we just have to fight through some skeletons to
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
to reach the skeleton king, which is a really awesome boss. But that's maybe just because I like necromancy and death. Maybe. But I think his attacks are really awesome. Like he summons more skeletons and becomes a ghost and stuff like that. You'll see. So to reach this boss, you have to place his crown upon his head. A crown you basically gained earlier in the campaign. You have to put on his head, and then he rises from his throne. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, what I'm doing with this back and forth, I I have this ability that gives me tornadoes. If I just run, here you can see small tornadoes, and they do the damage. And if I combine that with whirling myself, it does a lot of damage. So basically this barbarian is built on whirling through your enemies. Here he does his ghost strike. I have it on a somewhat lower difficulty so I can show you all the stuff. Which means it doesn't do as much damage as my character is handled to take, basically. Yes, lots of growling. So this is a health potion, which if you take it, you regain health. You also have health potions in your inventory, but if you use them, they're on a cooldown. So after you've used them, you're dependent on health globes, the things that drop on the ground. So as you can see, there's a lot of damage flying around because I'm hitting on him, and I'm hitting on him. That was no, that's not what I meant. I mean, I'm hitting him, and my tornadoes are hitting him, and everything, so that adds to the damage. And I'm now in Berserker mode, which changes the look of my character, as you can see, to something more fierce. Which basically, it just gives me a temporary damage boost. Dwarf barbarians. I would love if dwarves were in the game. Unfortunately, there are no race options. Also, in true Diablo fashion, there are no customization options, which is a shame. The only customization option that's in the game is paint or dye, which you can basically use to give your armor another color. But yes, if dwarves are in the game, I would definitely have played a dwarf. But I don't think that's Diablo style of playing. The story of Diablo is a true action RPG. I think pretty flimsy. It does get more fleshed out with the Book of Cain, which is really cool because I think this universe definitely has some story to tell. But in the game, in and of itself, it doesn't have that much story. I mean, it's about Diablo, he's coming back again, and you have to kill him again. I mean, it's not much to tell. Oh nice, we have a legendary here. As you can see, if a legendary drops, there's a beam and there's a star on the minimap telling you, guy, don't forget, you have a legendary. So let's pick up this legendary and see what it does. I also have a plan. This plan is for artisans, so I'll show you later. This one is bad, this one is bad. Let's see what mace we have uncovered. And it's a pretty good mace, I must say. However, let's just see what it does. So my damage goes up, my toughness goes up, nothing happens with my resistances. I get more health. I'm actually still not a fan of it, just because of the set bonus. I know it does more damage if I have it, but I like my the third one. You occasionally whirlwind furiously. It just adds more whirlwinds to what I'm already doing. So alright, I'm going to show you the craftsman for a bit. So basically this is your stash. This is what you have 3 extra storage spaces. Every character of you can access this stash. So, and there's 1 stash chest in each town of each act. So if you find something with your barbarian that's more wizard focused, you can put it in and then you can log into your wizard and then he can take it out, basically. I do have black dye, which is bottled smoke, basically. And I do have white dye, which is bottled cloud. I think I already have it on this character. I'm not sure though. Yeah, the pants is bottled cloud. These are collector's edition. I bought collector's edition, so that's what you get extra. These dies. So alright. The crafters. You do have a few crafters which you can level up by using gold. I have the... Well, I do have the max level for the pre-expansion. I think that spread is something that's a finally expansion. So you can train them. So that's one of the uses of that gold still might have. But yeah, you find these plants across the world which can teach your smith or other craftsmen more different plants, different items to create, which is a way for craftsmen to advance without having to train them. So here you can see he can forge different kind of weapons. Forged items basically get random magical properties. So for example, this one does 206.7 damage and gets 4 of those blue properties. And with armor it's the same thing. You have a random chance to get between 280, 308 armor, and it gets 4 random magical properties. So 4 of those blue texts that add something else. Crafting orange stuff, I still haven't found that yet for the blacksmith, except for the infernal machine, which was a quest introduced, I don't know, a long time earlier, and basically it gives access to a different area. There are 2 secret areas in this game, which is the infernal machine area, where you get 3 bosses at the same time, basically at the hardest difficulty, and of course the chance for the best loot, and Whimsyshire, which is the cow level for Diablo 3. Obviously I'm not going to spoil what's there, you have to see for yourself, but it's really cool. Alright, so I'm going to put this one away, because my character doesn't use it. Merchants just sell stuff. Armor. Usually merchants don't get used except for this option, which is the repair option. Your items have durability, as you can see here. On the bottom right of this picture of the item, of this description, you can see durability 26, 28. So items do wear down and merchants repair them. So let's repair the items. And I'll show you another craftsman that we have. Besides from having the blacksmith that crafts items, you have this gem guy. Now these gems can be crafted into battle gems. So for example, if you would have, let's see, this one I just picked up during my playthrough, one of them. As you can see, I now have 1 of 3. If I would have 3, I would be able, for the cost of 5,000 gold, to craft this gem, which is better. As you can see, this gem by other, for example, does 38 intelligence, while this one does 34, which is an upgrade. Also, it can forge jewelry, amulets that give, or rings that give stat X. So you have amulets of dexterity. That's the only plan I found so far. That gives a lot of dexterity plus 5 other things, and then you have an amulet and a ring for each stat. So amulet of strength, ring of intelligence, etc., etc. Hellfire ring is a special item that you can get by completing the event I mentioned earlier. You build an infernal machine. You get well, you have to get specific items from specific bosses that have a very low drop rate. With those, you can craft the infernal machine. With the infernal machine, you can go to the realm, that special realm with all those bosses, and all those bosses have a chance to drop these materials. And with those materials, you can craft a Hellfire ring, which basically gives you a lot of health. Well, you have for each stat 1 again, so it gives you a lot of stat X, and then 4 magical random properties, but especially the secondary one is interesting. The increased bonus experience by 35%, so you level up faster with the ring. It was introduced to ease the Paragon leveling, basically. And what I'll show you next before the break is here are the followers I talked about. So with me is the Templar, which is a defensive character, melee obviously, that can heal you. Every time a follower levels, you can, if he becomes level 5, you can select one of these two. If he becomes level 10, you can select one of these two. If he becomes level 15, you can select one of these two. If he becomes level 20, you can select one of these two. And so, for example, he can heal me, and yeah. Another healing, a charge with a stun effect. I love me some purple. I'm not sure if there is purple. I should look around. I think dive vendors are only in Act 3, I believe. Once we get there, I can check out the dive vendor, or I can check out the vendors there and see if they have purple dye for sale. Maybe this one has. Yes. I think this is purplish pink. This is a removal. Maybe elegant dye. It's purplish pink. I'll check it out for you. Let's see. So if we, yeah, now I have a purple armor. There we go. The purple barbarian. So to get back on followers, you have an enchantress, which is a mage follower, casts magic missile, casts a lot of magical abilities. The scoundrel, which is basically a rogue character, which has a crossbow and has all kinds of arrow abilities. Not next brawler, and the Templar. So that are your followers. This is PvP, which I haven't tried out yet. So after the break, I'll be logging into my wizard, and then we get to see the wizard, and I'll show Act 2, the next act in the game. So see you after break.